Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be continuing into part 10 of What If Piccolo Was Never Born. If you haven't seen part 9, there's this title card where you can go check it out and see what happened in the last part. But today we'll be going into the continuation of Super. With the Resurrection F arc basically prevented, what will happen next? How will Broly hold off against Vegeta? What will the Universe 7 team look like when they go against Universe 6? All that will be answered in this part of What If Piccolo Was Never Born. Also, if y'all are interested, I own a Discord server for anyone who wants to join and talk more about Dragon Ball with me and other viewers. Maybe give us some of your own ideas of what ifs, and maybe in the future I could do them. Check the link in the description down below. For today's question of the video comes from Kylo-Juju3796. And their question is, what are your thoughts on fan-made transformations like Super Saiyan 5? Honestly, I do see some being pretty cool, like Super Saiyan 5, as I used it before in one of my what ifs. I like that one, but I think when we go on to like Super Saiyan 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, it starts getting a bit bizarre. I'm trying to think of any other fan transformation. I think Gohan with like the teal hair or the white hair when he was called Gohan Blanco or whatever. I guess, like, to be honest though, like the only one that I really like that are fan made and I think pretty well known to like anyone who knows about Dragon Ball is Super Saiyan 5. I don't think there's any other transformations, fan made at least, that a lot of people know of. Because right now all I can think of is Super Saiyan 5. I can't think of any other transformation that is fan made that is not Super Saiyan 5. So I say like it could be good if there's a good reasoning. I think if you go out and do more like, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Super Saiyan, I think that's a bit much. I think Super Saiyan 5, if it does ever be canon or whatever, that should be like the last one. I think after that, it's stretching out too much. Thank you so much for your question. If you would like to be featured in my next video, just comment down below your question, whether it's about Dragon Ball, another anime, or personal, and maybe your comment will be picked for the next video. Without further ado, let's dive into part 10 of What If Piccolo Was Never Born. In the last part, we went through the Battle of Gods arc, and what Vegeta has been up to since he left the planet after the Majin Buu saga. Vegeta destroyed the remote that would control Broly's collar that Paragus made for him, which shocked him as he knew how bad this is. Vegeta tried to begin training with Broly, but Broly wouldn't really want to fight back, which annoyed Vegeta. He would begin to push Broly around, trying to anger him, as there will be a time where Broly slowly starts to get angry, but he would quickly be calmed down by his father, as Paragus commanded Broly to not lose control. Vegeta would get angered by Paragus preventing his son to lash out, so he would punch Paragus in the stomach from stepping in too many times. Vegeta puts his hand out ready to shoot a ki blast at Paragus, as that is when Broly would grab his hand tightly. Vegeta is taken aback by this bold move and surprised he can feel the pressure from Broly. He powers up to his Super Saiyan form and still couldn't loosen the grip of Broly, and he was slowly starting to be impressed. Vegeta powered up once more into his Super Saiyan 2 form and is barely able to break free from Broly's grasp, and he can see how strong Broly is by just what he has witnessed with this interaction. He powered down and walked away, being a bit pleased at seeing Broly's potential. So he did not push onwards and left the two alone. But Vegeta did take notice that if Broly is that strong with barely powering up, then it wouldn't be wise to make him go all out yet, as in Vegeta's strongest form, which is Super Saiyan 2, Broly would still be able to contend against him without ever powering up. So he knows that Broly has to have some type of special hidden power within him. So, for the time being, Vegeta would wander out in space alone to grow stronger any way he can, so that he can stay ahead of Broly while he left them on one of his many planets he has conquered. Paragus recovered from the blow as he worked on fixing the remote on Broly's collar, as he wanted Broly to fight Vegeta there, but without a collar to calm him down, then Paragus would end up dying too, so he decided to play the long game for his revenge. Back to the main group of Z fighters, plenty of them went to Beerus' planet to train, people like Goku, Raditz, and Trunks, with others like Gohan and Kami joining in from time to time. Trunks is in a relationship with Erasa, but I do see it that she would allow him to be gone for long periods of time, especially with knowing all that he does to try to protect the world. One day, while the three of them are all training on Beerus' planet, that is when Champa and Raditz would arrive on the planet, and then the Z Fighters would learn about the multiple universes. Beerus and Champa would have their bickering on which universe is better, and Goku would still suggest a tournament between the fighters from both universes. They liked the idea and gave each other time to form a team of 5 members. So, for Universe 7 right off the bat, Goku, Raditz, and Trunks would be on the team. Even though Trunks in this timeline is just a human, he has been training a lot and with gods now. Whis has taken a special liking to Trunks, mainly with the fact that even if he isn't a Saiyan, he still keeps training to try his best to catch up to Gohan. The last 2 remaining fighters would be Gohan and Kami, as they were the only 2 big choices left to pick from, as the other Z fighters somewhat slowed down in their training. With the team being formed, they will all head over to the tournament battlegrounds, as seeing the Universe 6 team shocks quite a few of them. Raditz would be very curious about how the Saiyans are in the other universe, as he would go talk to Cabba. Goku and Raditz would also notice Frost, as he looks very similar to Frieza, and hearing he is a good guy in the other universe, they find it hard to believe, as they keep their guards up. Our group is pretty intrigued by the other universe and wondered what else is different, asking if there is an Earth or Namek in their universe. Before they can get any answers, the tournament would begin, as here is the lineup of Universe 7, starting with Goku, Kami, Raditz, Trunks, and Gohan. Now the first matchup of Goku vs Botama would go on the same with little to no differences, but onto the Frost fight, I can still see Goku allowing Frost to go into his final form, as he would like to fight him at his strongest. Remembering the time he fought Frieza, but not alone, as Vegeta was there as they fought him together. Goku is stronger and Frost would have a tougher time, but I can still see that he would manage to poison Goku with his hidden needle. So move on to the next round, but Kami would instantly see this. The next matchup would be Kami vs Frost, and this fight would be very different. Kami at this point would be much stronger than King Piccolo, and he also has Kaioken to boost his power even further. During the previous match, Kami really paid attention to Frost and saw how he took out someone as powerful as Goku. Kami would power up to Kaioken times 30 to be able to outmaneuver Frost with ease, grabbing his arm where the needle is and revealing the truth to the announcer of the tournament. After that reveal, Frost would be disqualified and taken out of the tournament, and Goku would be brought back into the tournament. A difference here is that Kami remained in the tournament, unlike how Piccolo was eliminated. So moving on to the next matchup, Kami would be facing Vegeta, and honestly he would probably lose here. Kami isn't really the type of fighter to trash talk their opponent mid-match, so no matter what he threw at Vegeta, it wouldn't phase him, and Kami would just tire himself out before even figuring out how to beat Vegeta. Next from Universe 7 would be Raditz, and he would definitely say something mean to Vegeta here, leading to revealing Vegeta's weakness, and the rest of the fight would go on pretty similar to how it did when Vegeta fought Vegeta. In this timeline, Raditz would be filling in the role of what Vegeta did in the normal timeline in this tournament, so with that said, Raditz would be then facing off against Cabba. Raditz would be very interested in the Saiyan from Universe 6, and would be doing the same thing that Vegeta did when he fought Cabba. Raditz would then train Cabba during this match to allow him to learn the Super Saiyan transformation, motivating Cabba the same way Vegeta did by threatening him. Cabba would be pushed enough to achieve the Super Saiyan transformation, and their fight truly began, as Raditz went into his Super Saiyan form as well, as they began fighting. The fight is intense as Raditz holds back as much as he can to make the fight as even as possible, but eventually Cabba did grow tired as Raditz would then knock him out, but before he did, he would give Cabba some praise, and this would form a mentor/student bond between the two Saiyans. Moving to the final fighter from Universe 6. Hit would step into the arena preparing to fight Raditz. Raditz would get too cocky as he thinks Universe 6 has no strong fighters, and once seeing how Hit would get into his fighting position, he would think that this would be an easy fight. Raditz stayed in his Super Saiyan transformation as when the match started, Raditz would rush into Hit, but before he could even notice, Raditz was struck as he was sent flying out of the arena into his base form completely knocked out. Everyone is shocked as they didn't even see Hit move and wonder how he even attacked Raditz. While Kami kept his composure and was quiet, thinking to himself. Trunks would be next to fight Hit, but honestly this wouldn't go so well. Trunks would be in his ultimate form as he would begin to try to fight Hit, but he would try to stay as far away from Hit as possible. Trunks would shoot a few ki blasts to try to keep some distance, but each ki blast kept missing as Hit would just dodge each attack, but Trunks couldn't even see Hit move. Trunks is left with no option but to try to attack Hit, but that would ultimately end up with Trunks being sent right out of the arena. Kami would then come down to the conclusion that Hit has some time-stopping ability and advise Gohan that his only possible chance to beat Hit is to become faster than him. Gohan would be next stepping in to the arena ready to face Hit. And the second the match started, Gohan took Kami's advice and powered up to his max, going into his beast form he acquired from the last part, and just for extra precaution, he stacked Kaioken times 10 on top of his beast form. What he was doing was dangerous and couldn't hold the form for long, so he went right to attack Hit. And when Hit tried to use his time skip ability, Gohan would easily break through the time skip and is able to attack Hit. Without his time skip ability, Hit doesn't really stand a chance. Gohan would just tank a punch or two by Hit, but then eventually Hit would get eliminated from Gohan's overwhelming strength. Gohan powers down and collapses on the floor from all the strain his body just had to endure, and the fact that this was his first time he used Kaioken. But he did win the tournament for Universe 7. While Beerus is gloating to Champa, that is when Zeno would arrive, scaring the two gods, while the others would learn about who Zeno is. Goku would be a bit friendly with Zeno and even suggest a tournament between every universe. Zeno would eventually head out, and then the two teams would return to their respective universes, now thinking about all the possible strong fighters from other universes as they get more motivated to grow stronger. Especially Trunks. He felt disappointed in himself after losing to Hit and not really being able to show how strong he has gotten. Away we see Vegeta traveling planet to planet, training and growing as strong as he can, but also seeing if he can learn anything that could possibly help him surpass Broly and even the others on Earth. And that's where we leave it off for now. Tell me how y'all think about the 10th part and how I did with the continuation of this What If. What will happen next for our Z fighters? Will they ever cross paths with Vegeta and his army in the future? What will the Universe 7 team look like for the Tournament of Power? What could have happened differently? Leave your thoughts down in the comments down below. I would love to hear them. If you are interested and enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe and hit the notification bell to be alerted whenever I post another part. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I would see y'all in the next part. See ya.